Come, give yourselves to my scouring winds that I may feast upon your essence. Such rich, exquisite ether. My head shivers with anticipation. On your guard! My locks are as the wind. Strong and free. A fair wind blows. You feel it too, do you not? You've done well to last this long. But the battle has only just begun. I'll slaughter you all! Dodge this if you can! I'll make it. feel my fury! Know your place. Begone from my sight! No! I will not be denied! There's still time. With more of the dragon's ether, I can yet...
You're finished.
Damn it all!
I see you've bested Barbaricia. Well done.
Her minions too are all crystallized or scattered. The day is ours.
What of my sister? Tell me you learned something about Ajdaya. So the Archfiend and her crystal yielded not.
Our efforts have not been entirely fruitless. We have deprived your sister's captor of another powerful champion. With Zero, we may yet challenge Golbez and his minions.
Indeed. We could not have come this far without your aid. Thank you, Zero.
I but fulfilled my part of the bargain. And now I will have my...
Her ether is nearly spent. Perhaps unsurprising given how much power she used.
I wouldn't want to face another Archfiend without her. We should hurry back to Zero's domain.
Agreed. Eager though I am to continue, it would be unwise to risk our lives for the sake of haste. Let us suspend the mission and tend to Zero.
you're all safe. Thank the sisters.
A moment while I close the gate. There. We may rest easy for now. Was there any trouble? I expect some void scent slipped through.
A few did, aye. But we were ready and dealt with them without incident.
That is well. I cannot thank you enough for your vigilance.
Yes, you're grateful. But aren't you forgetting something more important? You know, the polite but warm formalities one delights in hearing when their little brother returns from a long journey.
Indeed, you are right. It is good to be home again, among those who I love dearly and missed so much.
And we are glad to receive you, Vashan. Welcome home!
Chambers have been prepared for your use at Megaduta. Let us take Zero there at once. Our mission took many an unexpected turn. I am relieved that we have all returned safely. But before you all enjoy the rest you have earned 12 times over, I would consult you on one last matter.
Zero.
While she appears none the worse for wear, she remains locked in slumber, and I cannot help but worry. Is there aught we can do to expedite her recovery? If her ether is exhausted, perhaps I can share some of mine now.
In the wastelands of the 13th, one can only replenish ether by taking it from others, be it by trade or by force. In contrast, the source is rich in ambient ether. Simply being here and drawing breath, Zero will absorb what she needs.
Then we need but wait?
I believe so. She will awaken in time, and when she does, give her something to eat. Judging by her form, she should also be able to derive nourishment from food. I know you promised her your ether, but perhaps she might appreciate fine Harnish cuisine more.
Food can certainly be arranged.
She looks like any other person. Unsurprising, perhaps, given that she is only part Voidsent.
Zero said before that Xenos had altered her essence. A change wrought, I suspect, with the power of darkness. It acted upon the part of her that is Voidsent, rendering it dominant. Thus we were able to reverse it with the power of light. I labour to believe that Xenos possessed such arcane knowledge. In all likelihood, it came from Fandaniel. Were Zero wholly Voidsent, I doubt the crystal would have had an effect on her. One might say that Hydaelyn had a hand in your meeting.
"'Tis no exaggeration to say that Zero has proven herself invaluable. A boon from Hydaelyn herself. Her cooperation may come at a price, but whatever it is, I am willing to pay it. Exhausting though it may be at times.
Light. Is this an inn? What happened? How did I get here? There's no time. I must rejoin the battle. I must...
Oh, you're awake! Wonderful! Ah! Ah!
What is this? Some sort of fiend?
A fiend? Where is it? Where? But this is no time for jokes. You're in the source, my dear. The world next door. So to speak. The others brought you here after you collapsed. I'll fetch them at once. Wait, just a moment.
I took the liberty of arranging refreshments. I hope you find them as flavorful as they are invigorating.
This isn't what you promised. I suppose ether is ether.
Wait. Don't tell me you don't know how to eat?
I took what I needed from it. What's the problem?
Where's the enjoyment in that? You're supposed to bite, to chew, to savor, and then swallow. That's the way. So, did it taste good?
I don't know.
The long years without eating may have dulled your sense of taste.
Well, we Voidsent have no need for such when consuming others. There are some who speak of taste when describing the quality and affinity of their prey's ether. But I loathe the act. Taking ether in small amounts like this is one thing, but diluting my essence, diminishing myself, I'd sooner die. And I have died, countless times.
You have? But what happens when you do?
Not much. After a while you return, together with all your expended life force. The important thing is to die where others won't devour you.
Amazing! My peers who study immortality and resurrection would be most interested in this phenomenon.
The question of taste aside, I am glad that you are able to partake of food like us. I dare say it agrees with your personal preferences.
That's true. You can keep giving me the same on a regular basis.
Very well. As my guest, I shall see that you do not want for comfort. And one other thing. We brought you to our world without your consent, and for that, I apologize. If you wish it, we will return you to yours once you have regained your strength.
It's fine. I have no reason to go back. Except for yours, perhaps. You intend to cross over again, I take it.
I do. I have yet to find my sister. I want nothing more than to rush to her aid, to find this Golbez and free her from his clutches, if he still holds her captive.
Though if our recent experience has taught us anything, 'tis that the 13th is more dangerous than we ever imagined. Caution must be our watchword.
Better late than never. In the short time you spent in our world, you left a trail of chaos in your wake. You managed to return in one piece this time, but don't assume you'll be so lucky the next.
Rest assured, we will make no assumptions and spare no preparation. Speaking of which, while we rest and ready ourselves, I ask that you tell me more about your home. In return, I will tell you about ours. I will show you my domain, Radzet Han.
Again, a stranger in this strange land. I have a condition. You must come too.
You have my thanks. So, what are your impressions of Radzatan?
There's a lot of mortals.
Considering your origin, I can see why that might be your first observation. Though they would call each other people, I think. If you wish to know about our fair city, I should be glad to place a guide at your disposal.
No need. I'll show myself around. There's only so much about my home I can share with you in return, after all. While I remember some few tales of the past, I cannot speak to their authenticity. But if that is enough, then I will tell you of the events that saw darkness engulf our world. The Contra Memoria.
We are all ears. Please.
Long ago, light filled the world and all was at peace. But then the servants of darkness came, and they bequeathed a black art unto men. Channeling the power of hope and prayer, one could call forth fearsome beings known as Eidolons.
The Ascians. And these Eidolons are surely primals.
Then you have faced the same, and understand that when an Eidolon is birthed, strife follows. And in such strife the weak are the first to suffer. When it seemed the world would be plunged into chaos, heroes appeared. They who were blessed with a singular power. The power to bind the ether of Eidolons within crystals known as Memoria. My mother was one such Memoriate. But in fighting to save many, she herself was touched by darkness. As was I.
And so you were born part Void-sent, before the world was overcome.
How exactly did that calamity come to pass? Did the Memoriates not triumph?
They did. They expunged the seeds of chaos and restored the peace, only to find themselves seduced by the darkness they had sealed. They spread the taint, transforming men into monsters, what you call Void-sent, and raised armies to wage new wars.
Not the first to be corrupted by power, nor the last.
Some defied temptation and held fast to the light. My mother and I among them. For years and years we fought, but it was not enough. And when our strength was spent, our bulwarks broken, so too was the world.
The flood of darkness.
The stars faded from the heavens as a pall black as pitch enveloped creation. Darkness raged unchecked, rending the very walls of reality. I was cast into the rift, and there trapped for what felt like an eternity. Until I came upon a crack. Tiny, infinitesimal, but enough for me to squeeze through. And find my world changed beyond recognition, into the lightless waste you saw.
So that is how you were able to escape becoming a Void-sent in full.
suppose I should consider myself fortunate. Were I like most others, I wouldn't have lasted a day before being devoured. We, the lost, are better equipped to survive in a lost world.
A lost world, you say? I wouldn't be so sure. The 13th is still there, is it not?
What are you getting at?
To explain requires that we initiate you into the truth of the source and its reflections. Be warned that this will take a while.
Then, unlike the worlds that have been rejoined, mine still...
The Oracle of Light prevented the first from being completely overcome, so the situation may not be completely identical to that of your 13th. But the fact remains that we were able to restore a measure of balance to a world brought to the brink of destruction. Which gives me cause to hope there may be a way to restore light and life to the 13th. Of course, these are only possibilities. I offer no guarantees. But having experienced what we have, I dare say we are more qualified than most to speak on the matter.
Wait, I don't understand. Why would you say these things? As if you mean to... But the sole reason you came to the Void was...
To find a dragon, aye. And in light of what we've seen, we'd be fools to strive for more. But we Scions, former Scions, begging your pardon, have a habit of not leaving well enough alone. And old habits die hard, don't they, my friend?
Restoring the light would serve our efforts to find and free Ashdaya. There is no reason not to try.
Do as you will. I have no desire to save that world.
Be that as it may, we will have need of your power when next we face Voidsent.
You know how it works. If you want my help, you must pay my price. And now that you've drawn Golbez's attention, it's going to cost you more. A lot more. I will consider this a deposit.
First Scarmiglione, and now Barbaricia. Useless, the both of them.
'Twas no lie. They conspire with a memoriat.
And their search for the dragon will lead them here. The war looms nigh. We cannot allow these interlopers to interfere.
If I may, my lord, I have a plan to eliminate them. In order to guarantee its success, however, I will require Cagnazzo's cooperation. Now there's sport to be had, then I'll play along. As much as I dislike following your lead, I have no patience for scheming.
Well and good to have confidence, but do not forget the cost of failure.
Rest assured, I will see the dream to fruition. Even should I be consumed by my own flames, I will pave the way for one and all.
Then I will trust in your oath and your plan.
We will give you cause to rejoice, my lord. This I vow. Ha! Some excitement for a change.
No sacrifice is too great. Even should my 4 archfiends be lost, I will not halt my steps. The prison of passivity is an obstacle to my cause, and so you must fall. What irony that the blessed damned should set us free. As I swore so long ago. The gate lies open. At long last, my ambition shall be fulfilled!
Everyone is so carefree. Unafraid and unconcerned in spite of their weakness, and how easily their lives could be torn apart in an instant. Such luxuries are lost to us. We have no hopes or dreams, and even the release of death. Only hunger. Others are a means to an end, at times a literal one. We forge covenants with men and come here to feed, or to die. I thought it would be no different when I was summoned by Xenos. Lives were tools to him, to be used and discarded at whim. In that respect, he was a void-sent at heart. But towards you, and you alone, he behaved differently. And I cannot fathom why. What was it that drove him? What made him choose such an end? But enough about that man. He is dead and we are all better for it. Why are you here? Was there something you needed? So you're heading back now. Then as per our bargain, I will go as well.
Everyone is here? Good. Let us set forth for the void once more.
What is it? He's calling.
What is the meaning of this?
Unless I'm mistaken, that was intended for one of your kin. Who?
It was for the briefest of moments, but I felt her. Ashdire.
I thought she was in the void.
As did I. Yet the presence was unmistakable. Thus did I call out, only for it to fade and vanish.
Perhaps she crossed over to the source, then immediately turned back.
I do not know. Could she have found a way home?
The how of it aside, if she was indeed in the source, there may be clues where she came through that could lead us back to her. Where exactly was it that you felt her presence?
Far to the north. That was all I could discern.
The north, you say? Beyond the bounty? Garlemald?
As good a place to start as any. My apologies, Zero, but your return to the Void will have to wait.
I told you before that I have no reason to go back there. Do as you will.
All right. I presume you wish to stay here in Radzat-Han until we return?
You've kept me amply fed. I wouldn't be averse to helping you on your search.
If Ashdaya was indeed here, other Voidsent may have made the journey as well. Very well. We would welcome your company.
If it's decided, then I'll contact our associates in Garlemald. It's me. Still talking everyone's ears off, I trust? Understood. We'll see you there. We're to rendezvous at Tertium. We'll need to teleport to make it there in time. Can you?
Aye. I know it well from my time as an avatar.
Then it seems we're all set.
If there is nothing else, let us see to our final preparations.
Any moment now.
My friends, 'tis good to see you again.
And you. I was worried that the cold wouldn't agree with you, but you're both looking quite well.
You get used to it. It helps that there's no shortage of fuel and heaters like before.
Glad to hear it. Have you been working in Garlemald all this time?
We have. Though the worst is behind them, the people still have a long road ahead. With the nation in ruins and the leadership void yet to be filled, there remains a lack of direction, a pervasive sense of aimlessness and worry.
Still, everyone wants to make things better. And we're here to help. A lot of Garleans wanted nothing to do with us, but they're starting to come round. Slowly, but surely.
You're too kind. But it's thanks to the cooperation of like-minded souls that we've been able to make any progress. The Allied nations continue to send supplies, which allow us to meet basic needs such as food and shelter. Meanwhile, Euless and a number of soldiers have begun a restoration initiative, with more and more volunteers joining by the day.
Like Alphino said, they've got a long road ahead of them. But we'll get there together, one step at a time. But enough about events here. What brings you to us? And with new company, besides.
This may take rather a long time to explain, but bear with me.
The 13th! After traveling to the edge of existence, I thought you'd keep your escapades closer to home for a while. But I suppose there's no stopping you. Not that I'm one to talk, of course.
The heart of an adventurer cannot be denied.
You could have at least invited me, too. Surely there was room enough for me and Grahar in the Undersea Vault. Oh, it's fine. You can make it up to me on the next one. But on a more serious note, are we sure it's wise to keep Xenos' former avatar around? I understand how you came to work together, but nevertheless...
You're right to be cautious. I'm a Void Sent, after all. But do not conflate me with Xenos. To recall my time in his service, it angers me.
Is that so? I think we'll get along just fine, you and I.
Now that we are all caught up, to the matter at hand. As we were about to resume our search in the void, I felt the presence of my sister Ajdaya in the source. Somewhere in the far north, perhaps even here in Garlemald. If you have seen or heard anything out of the ordinary, I must know.
As a matter of fact, we may have. In recent days, we have had to contend with a surprising number of Voidsent. And not the lesser kind that occasionally manifest, but ones possessed of considerable power.
You think they might have been summoned? By whom?
We're not sure. But as Euless reminded us, practitioners of a certain traditional Garlean art rely upon void-sent servants. The very same I believe you have mastered. While there are no known Reapers left in Garlemald, we can't rule out the possibility that some are working in secret.
To summon not one, but several powerful voidsent is no small feat. But if Ashdaya was indeed called from the void...
Then it is likely the same party is responsible. Alternatively, the etheric confluence at the Tower of Babel may have triggered an expansion of natural fissures one could use to cross over. But I think that improbable, if not impossible.
Then we must assume these events have indeed been orchestrated.
Well, summoned or no, we've been trying to track them to their origin. It's the mountains to the east, we think.
Can you guide us there?
I would, but the terrain is too difficult to traverse on foot, nor is flying an option due to the winds.
Too much ground to cover in any case. Is there no way to narrow it down?
There is one place we thought to look first. An isolated village rumored to have once been home to a Reaper order.
That would indeed make an excellent start, though the question of how to get there remains.
Euless may be of assistance. Let us return to Camp Broken Glass and consult him.
What was it you wished to talk about?
Why do you help these people? What is it that you stand to gain?
I'm sorry?
You don't act on behalf of a higher power, nor are you bound by a contract. In spite of this, you help them. Why?
And there I thought it was something serious. I help them because I want to. Because it's the right thing to do.
But what do you stand to gain? You didn't answer the question.
Didn't I? I followed my heart. What I got out of it came after. Was there anything else? If not, let's keep moving.
Right. To act not out of obligation or in pursuit of gain. To simply live. And they survive like this.
All finished, are we? Good. The cold doesn't let up out here, does it? They've the means to keep everyone warm at Camp Broken Glass and Tertium. But the measures are still only temporary. Subsisting on charity. Dreading the day the sympathy of others is exhausted. It's no way to live. They need lasting safety and security. Though things will never be as they once were. If we can restore a modicum of normalcy to their lives, maybe that will be enough for them to move forward. If we're to achieve that, we have to work harder. I have to work harder. Come now. You think I don't know my own limits? Still, I appreciate your concern. Well, our work here is done. We should be heading back. I hope Alphino and Zero haven't gotten into any trouble. I cannot imagine how awful it must have been to serve as Xenos' avatar. To not only suffer him, but so much else. She's a fighter, all right. Like you and me.
Thank you, miss. Thank you. This feels strangely familiar.
Excuse me, Alphino. My wife, she's come down with a high fever. Do you think you could take a look at her?
Of course. Give me a moment. Zero, may I leave the rest here to you?
Fine by me.
Thank you again for your help. Zero, was it? I take it you're one of Alphino's comrades?
Comrade? We've entered into a cooperative pact, if that's what you mean.
Pact? No, nothing so formal. What I mean is, you must know each other well. Be on good terms, enjoy each other's company, that sort of thing.
Then no, he's not my comrade. I have none. Nor will I ever, I think.
Oh.
Did I say something odd?
No, not at all. On the contrary, it makes sense. When Alphino and the contingent first arrived, we rejected them out of hand. Whatever they may have claimed, they were the enemy. Savages with their savage ways. To accept their help was to admit defeat. But no matter how poorly we treated them, they didn't turn their backs on us. They stayed and listened. That's just the kind of people they are. Makes sense they'd get along with someone like you who tries to push others away.
Get along? I'm upholding my part of the bargain. There's nothing more to it than that.
If you say so. Ah, I'd nearly forgotten why I came. Are you hungry? We all get rations, and considering the work you're doing, you're as good as one of us.
I am running low on ether. Very well.
Azim Steppe-style dumplings. Buds, they call them. Never had a dumpling. It's like a kind of bread stuffed with a filling. Meat or vegetables, usually, that you bake or steam. We have our own recipes in Garlemald, too. My mother liked to make them. My brother and sister always fought over the jam-filled ones. Just think of it as bread, all right? I should warn you though, they're spicy. Helps them keep longer, I assume. Too much for the children to handle though.
Interesting.
Interesting good, or interesting...
I don't know much about taste. Not anymore. But I do feel a sensation in my mouth.
Is that a bad thing?
Not necessarily.
That's enough for me. I've heard it said that spices are more akin to fire than flavors. Perhaps that makes them easier to understand.
Oh, Eulus, getting acquainted with Zero, are we?
I suppose I am.
No harm in that. Acquaint away.
Ah, everyone is here. Excellent. Thank you all for your hard work. I've just finished up myself. Shall we go and find Estinian?
Alphino! Alizé!
Report. Lost contact? When? Void sent. I'd bet my life on it. Understood. I'll investigate at once. A unit transporting supplies has gone silent en route to Broken Glass. I will go and search for it. Stay here and keep watch. But be ready to answer my call.
If it was Void sent, you'd be a fool to go alone. They'll find you before you find your men, and then they'll devour you as well.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps I don't stand a chance, but I can't just abandon them.
I can't repay you for the bread if you're dead. I'll go.
What? No! I couldn't possibly ask you to do that.
I'm far better suited to dealing with Voidsent. It makes sense. Or do you mean to say you'd rather I stay here because you can't protect this place on your own?
Fine. Just don't do anything stupid. Promise me.
Damn these demons!
Return to the camp. Now.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Kindred, why do you interfere? Ah, of course. You sold your soul to feed.
I have taken bread, but my soul is forever mine. A deal is a deal. I cannot let you pass. More of them. Still more. good. How big must the gate be for their light to come through? Is this it, then? Just like that time. When light still shone upon the world. When the Contra Memoria still raged.
Stand aside if you value your life.
We're fine. Darkness can take the rest.
You're not taking another step towards that village.
Stupid girl. You were warned.
And now we can get back to our business.
Get up, damn you! Too weak. I need help. Someone, please. The same mistakes, the same ends. Again and again. What should I? What could I have done? What? Who? You. What are you doing here?
Y'shtola and Estinian had matters well in hand, so we went where we were needed.
Can you stand?
All right. I will let it burn. This fire in my breast. Let it burn and rage and guide. Press the attack!
Just warming up!
My strength is spent. I'll only get in your way.
Split up!
Stay sharp.
Watch out!
Everyone on right!
Not finished yet. will repay this debt. You did well to find me out here.
We have Eulus to thank for that. He was quite worried when he called.
No. If it was not for you and the others,
Well, let's not fuss over details. We should return to Tertium. Can you make it that far?
I think so.
Zero, are you all right?
Well enough. No void scent struck here, did they?
No, And there weren't any more casualties thanks to you.
What are you doing?
You'll have no debts to repay, if that's what you're worried about. If anything, I owe you a week's worth of boots.